Okay, so Om Shanti. Welcome back. So are you all still focused? You locked up everything? Focused inside? You didn't get upset, somebody came in the queue in front of you, somebody got more food than you, no waste thoughts, no thoughts about the outside, no emotional drama going on inside. Still silence, still stillness. All good, everyone? Yes? Okay. Just making sure. So, the role of silence in self-transformation. So, self-transformation, you all know. What are we doing? We are turning everything upside down. Our consciousness was that of body, my roles, my labels, and a very big part was connected with my story. The consciousness of my story means what happened, this one did this, that one did that, poor me. In fact, my story means all the recordings, all the memories, and therefore all the sanskars that have been created on the basis of that story. So when we say I'm transforming, what am I doing? I'm actually, when you tip the rubbish bin, it all falls out. So I'm turning everything upside down so all the old can fall. And only the new remains in my intellect. I'm only holding my new consciousness. So many times we do try to tip out the old, but we realize it's still there. And I'm still holding on to the old me. Sometimes it's because I don't realize it's the old me. And I don't even realize what I have stored inside that is still connected to body consciousness. So we're going to do a little activity today to do some checking. And then after we check, we will connect with ourself. Baba said today, talk to yourself. And ask yourself how you can let go of any of these impressions, any of this old stuff. In the world they say, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your memories. So if I remember the old me, I use the old me, it means that I am still interested in the old me. And Baba said today to be disinterested. Is that right? Disinterested in, often Baba says the old world. But before the world, I have to be disinterested in the old me. Now you can only be disinterested when you have nothing more to gain. As long as there is some attainment and some support, there will be an interest. I'll repeat it. As long as there is some attainment and some support, there will be an interest. So sometimes we realize, oh yes, I have a little bit of anger, I have a little bit of negativity towards somebody, but I'm not able to let go. Why? Actually, it's very comfortable. And it's useful. Why? The whole game of Maya is to keep your old ego alive. Ego means I. Which I am I relating to? Many years ago I went to Greece, and there was a little retreat in Greece, and I don't speak Greek. So I went shopping. I had to buy some provisions, and of course I somehow managed to pick all the things I needed, and then I told the man there, okay, how much? So he understood, so he calculated and showed me on a piece of paper this much. So I gave him the money. It was quite a lot of shopping, so lots of shopping bags, and the car was outside, so I started to pick up the shopping bags. And he started to wave his hands madly and say, ego, 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 ego. So I thought, what happened? Is he giving me a lesson on my ego? What did I do wrong? Huh? So I put the bags down and I thought, now Baba, what to do? Then again, cautiously, I started to pick up the bags again. Again, ego, 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 ego. Then one man at the back, he started to laugh. He understood English, and he could see, that I couldn't understand what was going on. So he very sweetly told me, ego in Greek means I. The old man, the shopkeeper, was saying to me, I will do the bags. I'll pick up the bags for you. You let go. Let me pick them up. So isn't that what Baba tells us all? Leave it to me. I'll do it. And what do we say? No, Baba, let me carry my burden. No, Baba, let me carry my load. Baba's offering to take the rubbish, and what do? We keep holding on. And it's not our fault. You're not a bad person. And sometimes we just don't trust that if I let go, in fact, my consciousness will shift. My awareness of myself will upgrade. My understanding of me will be better. And so that's why Baba said, keep checking every now and then. In fact, I love to do this. I love to ask myself, Sona, in 3 months, how have you changed? How much have you changed? The Sona in, say, February, and the Sona now in May. Or is it almost 1st of June, right? What's different? And I write. I write to myself what I've understood deeper. And what have I let go of through that understanding? And what change have I brought? It's a very nice exercise. Why? Because it helps you to appreciate how much Baba and my timetable, my basic discipline, is helping me to open my intellect, expand my intellect. How much I have been able to accept what I couldn't accept before. Because body consciousness limits me. And the way the limitation is seen is, I say, this is unacceptable. You cannot be like this. You should be like that. We say this, no, to people. Even to Brahmins we say, no. And we hold such high expectation, and the expectation actually creates a lot of pressure, but it also creates negativity inside me. It's different when you have a position, a role in the yajna, and you tell a student, look, this is what you're doing. It's not working for the group. Actually, it's not going to help you in your Brahmin journey, in your progress. But, when we label people, this one is bad, this one is an angry person, this is a difficult person, what does it do to me? It means I can't accept them. And I start to shrink my intellect. Whereas Baba's intellect, Baba's consciousness is very, very big. Baba's heart is very, very big. And who does Baba hold in his heart? Huh? Sorry? Who does Baba hold in his heart? Me. Okay, good. At least Baba's got one child in his heart. Who else has Baba got in his heart? all his children. Not just the BK children, not just the ones who woke up today, had good Amrit Vela, not just those who are so many years in Gyan, not those who are non-BKs. To hold in my heart or to hold in my intellect means to accept. To accept the soul. To accept the journey of the soul. To accept the sanskars. It doesn't mean the sanskars are what I want to be, but I cannot change that soul. I can help them if I have enough love. Baba calls us monkeys, donkeys, whatnot, chickens, Baba uses all sorts of words. And we don't get upset, do we? Why? Because of the underlying connection of love with Baba. So we transform ourselves through understanding, but also through love for myself. Love for Baba we all have. If I really love myself, why would I hold on to rubbish? Why would I hold on to hurt, to pain, to anger, to depression? Why? Why would I blame myself for my mistakes? Would you do that if you loved yourself? If someone you love makes a mistake, what do you say? It doesn't matter. It's okay. You cover for them, no? So it's time now to deeply love myself. So what is the role of silence in all of this? So silence is deeply connected with one quality that Baba says we all have. We are all double foreigners, no? Baba says double foreigners are honest. Double foreigners are honest. He says it again and again and again. So I don't know how Baba puts a line between Bharat and double foreigners. I'm sure Bharatvasis are also honest. But Baba keeps repeating it to us, so we have to take it very personally. Honesty means I have the ability in the intellect, I have the capability to see myself and to identify when I get disturbed and why I get disturbed. In other words, I identify the sanskars that are still remaining. Honesty also means I have the faith and the trust in myself and Baba that this can change. Otherwise, some people say, be honest, and then they keep talking about all their weaknesses. Sometimes, even in psychotherapy, okay, tell us what happened in your childhood. Okay, keep talking. How much are you going to talk about that? Is that the real you? No. Is that the you that God sees? No. So we decided yesterday we are going to be at God's position. So pure. So when I look at myself, what do I see? What do I see? The purest me. I see with Baba's vision. So silence is the stillness in the soul that allows me to see myself very clearly. Like still water, very still water you can see till the bottom. Isn't that right? You must have seen a river, well, it can't be a river, but a lake with the water so still, so clean, that you can see everything. So silence is that state of the soul where, like I said this morning, there is no interference by Maya, no distraction. And how does Maya distract? Maya turns my face away from what I need to look at. Or Maya's first tactic is distraction. Look at others. Look at what's going on out there. Maya's second distraction is, we call it justification, meaning, okay, you see your weakness, but then you say, what do you expect? I mean, even God would get angry if he was in my position. Really, people say that, right? What else can I do? Then Maya's third tactic is, poor me, I am the victim. I have no strength. I'm such a weak soul. My life has been so terrible. My parents were not nice to me. So Maya weakens the soul. So first she distracts you, then she makes you justify what you see, or she makes you feel, poor me, the victim. She takes your power away. So these are ways in which Maya disturbs the inner silence, the inner stillness. That's her job. That's her job description. And when I enter any of these three modes, my connection with Baba is cut. Because I don't know if you've felt this, but when you're with Baba and there are no other thoughts, there's just stillness in the soul. Have you felt that in your yoga? No thoughts, no emotional up and down, no feelings about this, about that, no disturbance. I can be completely still. And in that stillness, if I check myself, I see the truth. So stillness is connected to truth. Where there is truth, the soul can be quiet, can be still. If you tell a lie, what happens? You have to cover for the lie, right? Huh? Then you have to remember who you told what. Huh? Typical, right? But where there is truth, there's nothing hidden. Everything is clean, clear, transparent. Even if there is weakness inside, even if there is, of course we all have something we are working on, but I don't try and hide it. Because Baba so many times says, if you hide from the surgeon, he can't help you. So that's why silence is connected with honesty, silence is connected to truth, and silence is connected with power. And that's why sometimes it's really important to pull the intellect away from all the other things that I do, the people I'm connected with, and to just sit with myself until I reach a place of silence. Any inner rubbish, it will try to distract you. Especially if there's some issue going on in your life. But you can't find a solution for it with the same consciousness that creates it. Einstein actually said that, You can't solve a problem with the same consciousness that caused it, that created it. So I have to upgrade or elevate my level of inner purity. I have to uplift my vision to be able to sort things out. So we're going to do a little scan. You ready to do a scan of yourself? Because what do we use silence for? We're going to use silence to look at myself. Everybody ready to do a scan? You don't have to be a radiographer or X-ray person. You can do a soul scan. So you all have a piece of paper? Good. Oh, before that, I want you to actually choose one of these. Do you see some little socks and shoes down the bottom? Some of you will see some over there. Yeah? And some of you will see some here. See, Nalini Ben has put all these lovely socks and shoes. Huh? Okay. So maybe we just hold them up. Susan, just if you can help us to hold them up. See, you have an option of being a sock or a shoe. First, you have to decide, who am I? A sock or a shoe? It's very important. Very important. Are you a shoe or a sock? Then, shh, don't tell the next person. Then you have to decide, what kind of sock or shoe am I? There are so many varieties, there are so many colors and so many designs, no? So Nalini is going to show you, and Susan is going to show you what kind of options you have. You can be a brown fluffy shoe, you can be a white shoe, red shoe with laces, others Velcro shoes. You can be a sock, red sock, stripy sock, colorful sock. See, you can be fluffy shoes with eyes on them. Can everybody see all the different options you have? So just take a minute and ask yourself, who am I? Because all of us are on this journey. Everybody has looked. Can you see all the different shoes and socks? So in your own mind, ask yourself, who am I out of all of these? Who am I? It's very important. Very important. Don't think this is a game. It's part of the exercise. Only Lachubai knows this game because he was here last weekend. Very important to know, who am I? Because all of us have been on a journey, and it's interesting how all of our journeys are different. If you look around this room, take a moment to just look around at everybody who you know, you don't know. Can you honestly look at everybody in this room and in your heart accept them as they are? Can you? Or you wish somebody was a little bit like this, a little bit like that. I wish she would stop doing this one thing, then I can accept her. Huh? I wish the person would move to another center, then everything would be fine, no? So these are all the excuses, justifications that Maya uses. So I'd like you to hold your paper like this, and you can keep it down, but this way. And draw a line from all the way through. Draw a line from one side to the other in the middle of the page. Just draw a straight line. Can you all see a straight line? And on one side of the line you write 0, 0. And on the other side you put your current Lokik age. Don't worry, nobody is looking at their neighbors. Honestly write your current Lokik age. So you put 0 and then your current Lokik age. And then make a mark in the middle, approximately, and put half. So I put 0 and then I put 50. It's not my age, but I just put 50. And then I put 25 in the middle. Everybody can count? Mathematics is okay? Yeah, 0, then your Lokik age, and in the middle, put a line and a mark, and then just put a half, your halfway mark. Okay? What is there to talk about? You can't calculate half? Simple, no? Okay? Everyone done? Okay, now I want you to think about your life, and I'd like you to draw the ups and downs of your life based on what you felt when. So for example, you were born, everything was fine, your happiness was high. Then maybe you were 5 years old and something happened, your dog died. Then you got so unhappy. Then maybe again everything became good, you got another dog. Then what happened? Your parents moved to another city, you lost all your friends, and so can you draw a graph up and down of your entire life till today? I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this, so think about it. Think carefully about how your life has been. A sister will just show you the graph as she comes around, and you draw your own. Okay. So just draw a graph of the ups and downs of your life. Take some time to think about it. We'll play some soft music. And just focus on your graph. Sister Nalini told me some of the drawings are looking like the stock market chart. I said, that's very good. So I gave an example there, no? Of how your chart. Of course, your chart will be your own, and no two charts will be the same. Everyone's chart is different. But just be very honest with your chart. That's all this exercise needs. Honesty and silence. So those who have finished, who have drawn their chart honestly, when your chart went down, what did you feel at that time? No. Identify which kind of sadness. Was it fear? Was it anger? Was it pain? Was it rejection? I want you to identify very carefully for each time your graph goes down, what did you feel? It could be many, 2, 3 things. It could be grief. Somebody died, I felt such a sense of loss. What did you feel? To be honest and write down those feelings on your chart, where your graph goes down. Nobody is going to see this chart, it's only you. But it's good to be honest. Baba says write. Writing makes things real. Think deeply. Go back to that time and ask yourself, what did I feel? Why did I make the graph go down then? What happened? Okay, has everyone done that? Finished? Or you want to write more? Done? Now ask yourself, you see, because everything that's happened to us in this entire life is actually a blueprint of the whole cycle. And how can I say that? What do you mean by blueprint? It's like a stamp. The whole of my 63 births has to come up into my memory now. And I have to clear everything one by one. Does that make sense? Whatever steps we went down in the cycle, all of that has to come up for us to transform it and clean it. Now, obviously, you can't write every moment of your life on this graph. But what has come up for you is probably what is still stored inside. That's why you wrote it, right? You still identified your life to be like this, so you can still remember that there was some pain, some rejection, some hurt, some anger. You can remember, right? So why do you remember it? It's still there. It's still sitting there. And this is all what we have carried for 63 births. It's amazing, isn't it? You wrote your graph, I didn't write it, right? You remember all that sorrow. So where did you remember it from? Where is it stored? Inside you, right? Not inside me. So let's do one thing. Whatever happened, ask yourself, what can I learn from it? What can I learn from what's happened in my life? How can I make sure it doesn't happen again? That I don't take sorrow again in that way. Suppose, the dog died and you felt grief. Then your auntie died and again you felt grief. Then your mother died and again you felt grief. But now we're with Baba. And what did Baba say today? Knowledge, understanding, study. It creates perfection. So how can I understand things differently? How can I use knowledge to create a new solution? Is it possible? Look at your graph. I give you 5 minutes. And ask yourself, how can I draw understanding from all the moments in my life so it never happens again? Otherwise, you'll keep repeating it. If you keep it in here, tomorrow something else will happen. Again, your graph will go down. So when we build our character, like Baba said today, we are building power, resilience in the soul, but we are also building sanskaras that say, no more sorrow. Okay, so I give you 5 minutes, and I want you to think, what can I learn from this graph so that in future I don't have any more moments of sorrow? Is that okay? You might want to write something. You might want to talk to yourself. This is what Baba calls study. Study is not read the Murli 20 times. Study is use the Murli to look at yourself. Look at what's happening inside. Look at what you have stored in your sanskars. Look at how you react. Study yourself with the aim to transform. So how can I change my patterns, my sanskaras, my reactions? Okay? Now next reflective question. What do you need to take from Baba? What power, what quality, what strength do you need from Baba to heal your heart and let go of these memories of pain? What do you need to take from Baba? Each one of you, it will be different, no? Because obviously something you didn't take from Baba, that's why you haven't healed this pain. If you're still carrying it, if you're still drawing it, it means it's still there. If it wasn't there, you would not remember it. Just before I came here, Sister Meera and I were listening to Avyakti Parivar, and Brother Ken was saying, these days I find it hard to remember things that are not of relevance to my life. So even to hold on to a memory is a subtle sanskara. True? Are you all with me? Is this making sense? You're so quiet. I mean, I know you're supposed to be silent, that's good. Huh? But I hope this is making sense. If I'm holding on to old memories, it is also a subtle sanskara. It's a subtle energy that I'm carrying with me, of pain, of sorrow. So I want to get rid of every memory of the past that is not relevant to my progress. Okay? So if it wasn't a silent day, I would ask you to share with somebody. But I know what will happen if I do. We'll have to turn the volume down, otherwise Sister Meera will hear in her room. She'll say, you're supposed to be quiet today, you're making so much noise, huh? So instead of talking to somebody, let's talk to Baba. Yeah? Ready? We do a little meditation. So I want you to hold this, fold your piece of paper and hold it in your hand. Make it small and then just hold it in both of your hands, you know? Because what you're doing is you're holding your whole story. You're holding everything old. What will change in you as a result of this silent introspection? When you leave this class, you leave the retreat, what will change? What have you realized? What have you understood about yourself? What can you transform? Because the topic is self-transformation, no? Nobody else can do this for you. Only you can do it for yourself. What are you going to change? What are you going to transform? For your sake, for Baba's sake, and for the world. Is that okay, everyone? Yeah? Hopefully there's some benefit in this workshop for you. I hope it's not been too deep, too scary. No? So you see the role of silence, right? Silence, is the greatest healer, because silence holds the truth. The truth is not this is true and this is false. No. The truth means me appreciating and being my highest self. Every Murli is actually a mirror. I always feel I treat the Murli as a mirror. And I feel like Baba every morning holds the mirror in front of me and says, "Child, look at this today." And this process of introspection in silence, this process of disconnecting from the outside world and just being with myself honestly, if we do this regularly, what happens is all the conflicts we have with people, they are like this, they are like that, should be like this, should be like that, it all comes from my own expectation of the world. Why do I have expectation? Because there's something lacking in me. Right? I want you to be the way I want you to be, not the way you are. Why? Because I have expectation. Expectation means there is some emptiness inside me that I've not allowed Baba to fill. If Baba fills my heart completely, then my heart is so big, like Baba's, that I can accept everyone. And I repeat that acceptance doesn't mean that you're accepting their body consciousness being good. It just means that it's their journey. It's their story. If they're a Brahmin, you can be very sure they are trying their best. And then finally Baba says, number-wise, accept it is a variety tree. I remember many years ago, 30 years ago, I used to go and sometimes complain to Nirmala Didi. This one is like this, that one is like that. Didi, you do something for me, you talk to them, And Didi used to just laugh. And I used to say, Didi, it's not funny. Why are you just laughing? I'm telling you a very serious matter. Can't you see this person is very disruptive? And Didi would say, God is telling them and they don't change. You want me to go and tell them, expect them to change? And, I learned such a big lesson of acceptance in all the time that I spent with her. I'm just finishing. Yeah. So, see, we have a good timekeeper. So, I'm so grateful for our timekeeper, no? And I think I shared with the last group and maybe with some of you during the last week. When I was in Madhuban, before I came, I was just there for a few days. I passed through Mount Abu and came. And it was my Lokik birthday. So I went to Sudesh Didi and I said, Didi, I'm so many years old. How old are you, Didi? So she told me. And we figured out that she is almost 3 decades older than me. That's a lot, isn't it? 29 years older than me, to be exact. And I said to her, Didi, how can I fast track my learning from what I am today to what you are? And she said, only one thing, Sona. I said, I asked her, what have you learned in the last 30 years? If you can condense it and tell me, what should I do? I was very enthusiastic, no? And Didi said, just one thing. She said, I've learned to appreciate everyone's specialities. That's it. Whenever you see lokik, alokik, anybody, just focus on the good. Don't let yourself look at what is missing. Focus on the good. I can only do that if I focus on the good within me. I can only do that if I appreciate myself, if I love myself, if I allow Baba's love to touch me. For that, I need inner silence, an undistracted intellect, and determination that no matter what comes, I will not let Maya interfere on this path, this journey to perfection. Okay? So a little bit of a different class today, interactive class, but I hope it was beneficial. And we just maybe finish with 30 seconds so that the timekeeper is also happy, 30 seconds of remembering Baba and deep thanks to Baba for giving us the solution to everything.